Hey folks, thank you for tuning in to the Dirty Immigrant TV. I'm your host, Anderson Charles, and I hope you're all having a good week so far. Well, I had this little incident happen to me. You know what I mean? I just came back from the convenience store. Seems like every time I go to the convenience store, something always happened to me there. Somebody's always making some stupid remark. See? Okay, I'm 7 feet tall, so I gotta hear about that. You know, I'm always smiling, so I gotta hear about that. Just about any little thing. I'm always finding people who want to marry me at the bloody convenience store. So I just came back from there. It's freezing out there. My tropical bum, just call me frozen chocolate. Okay? So I walked my tail down there. I'm in the line, minding my own business as usual, you know what I mean? Getting ready to go pay for my stuff, you know? So there's a line there because, of course, you know, everybody's thinking it's going to snow, which it never does where we are here. I live in West Virginia, a little place called Huntington, West Virginia, in between Ashland, Kentucky. And on the other side is a little town called Proctorville, Ohio. So I'm right in the middle there, right next to the Ohio River. But anyway, so I'm in line, and of course this woman started talking to me. Oh, you're so tall, she said. You are so tall. So I just smile and then respond because I don't really like talking about these things, you know. I just want to get my stuff, come home. She persisted. And then she said, did you play basketball? Of course I did, but you know, usually when I say yes, we go into this whole basketball conversation. And I'll be frank with you, I don't know anything about basketball these days. I stopped watching basketball when Michael Jordan quit playing. But this woman was going on and on, so I told her, no, I didn't play any basketball. Oh, you should have seen her face, that I wasted my height. She talked like if I wasted my life. So what I told her was, the commercial once said, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, not a height. I don't know if she liked that or not. She left me alone for a minute and thing like that. And I'm, you know, get up to the counter. She decided to talk to me again. I mean, people are always trying to talk to me because I'm tall. I'm going to stop smiling. That's what I'm going to do. But anyway, she looked at me and smiled. I see she was a little bit hesitant, you know, but, you know, so I look at her and I smile back. So that's the type of person I am. I'm always smiling. Then she said, you're not black, are you? And, okay, so normally this would take me off guard, but it didn't because I kind of get used to that. I've been hearing that for years now. You know what I mean? And I have gotten into arguments about this, you know. So let me tell you about this one incident. It was about my second year in America. I was living in Kentucky at the time. Well, like I said, I live in West Virginia now. I was living in Kentucky at the time. And I was working at a toy store, one of the biggest toy stores. It's still around, but it's not as big anymore. And I was in the doll aisle, stocking the shelves and things like that. It was a slow day, so there was nobody there. So into the aisle come this little old lady, you know, the usual blue hair, white frilly blouse, you know, dark colored skirt, dark colored skirt, you know, and a little slip-on shoe with the stockings, you know, little old church lady, white lady, you know what I mean? And I'm stalking, you know, because I figure, well, she knows what she's coming for because she went right to a certain section of dolls. So I noticed her look at me sheepishly and then look away. Look at me sheepishly and look away. So I was like, all right, this is my job. I'm going to go up and ask this woman what the vibe is and thing. So I do so and I walk up towards her. You know what I mean? And she's like looking at me wary like, and I said, may I help you? Big old smile come on her face and I could see like she just relaxed and everything the minute I asked, you know, that question. Then she said, well, you know, I'm looking for the black doll. I'm looking for the white doll, but I don't see you guys have it there. And on the shelf was just the black dolls. And she said she was looking for the white one. And I told her, well, we don't have it in stock right now, but we should be getting some in. She looked a little disappointed and stuff because, you know, her grandbaby ain't gonna play with no damn black doll. You know, that's what I was thinking, you know, but I didn't say that. You know, and then when after I finished telling her this, I turned around and I said, well, you have a nice day. And I turned to walk away and she said, young man. So I turned around and she said, you're not black, are you? I mean, this is pretty much my first year in America. I ain't never had anybody ask me if I was black or not. And this woman was like, you're not black, are you? So I'm like, okay, yes, I am black. You know, so I told her I was black. Oh, the look on that woman's face. She looked disappointed, sort of, that I would admit that I was black. And she insisted, you're not black, you're a foreigner. I love it. This you know, they have this nice little accent and thing. She's like, you're a foreigner. I said, just because I'm a foreigner doesn't mean I'm black. She said, well, you're not like them. And I'm like, well, who is them? Who are you talking about? She said, you know, those that live up in the projects. And I was like, projects? You know, I didn't know at the time that they call the ghetto projects here, you know what I mean? She said, those are projects up there. And I said, okay, I have no clue what you're talking about, lady. But I'm telling you, I'm black. I might not be African American, but I am black. You know, I mean, she was talking about black like if it was something bad to be. You know what I mean? Like I should be ashamed if I consider myself black. I mean, I'm standing there flabbergasted at this woman. And then she was like, well, you don't talk like them. You don't walk like them. You don't carry yourself like them. Because I'm from a different culture, but it doesn't mean that I'm not black. She wouldn't hear it. And after a while, she was getting upset that I was admitting to being black. So we go back and forth for like half an hour. I'm standing there, you know what I mean, at my place of employment, trying to do my damn job. And this woman come up here talking about I'm not black. Trying to explain to her why I'm black. Trying to explain to her that we all came from Africa, slaves, and, you know, trying to give her a little history. She ain't hearing it. Just because I didn't talk like African Americans, walk like African Americans, you know, react to things like African Americans, I'm not black. So it was after a while I was starting to get kind of frustrated. You know what I mean? Because it was more of an insult for somebody to tell me I'm not black. So I started to get a little frustrated. I remembered something that a ball player, this buddy of mine, when I was playing basketball at the small college in Kentucky, he told me that it is purported that black men have bigger penises than any other race. And I remember that. So without thinking, because, you know, I ain't got no tact. So I motioned like I'm going to zip my pants down, and I was told her, hey, I could show you I'm black. That little old lady run out of there. You know what I mean? I bet if she had a Bible in her purse, that sucker caught a fire. You know what I mean? And that was my first encounter with people telling me I'm not black. Now, hold on a sec now. You black people don't go here white people crazy. The same thing happened when I moved to West Virginia. When I moved here, I had long dreadlocks. I mean, I'm 7'1". So my dreadlocks was down past my butt. Let's put it this way. My dreadlocks was as long as that comedian. What's his little guy? Oh man, I forgot his name there. Anyway, my dreadlocks was as long as he is tall. That's how long my dreadlocks was when I first came here. But so I had the dreadlocks for a long time, and then like in 1999 I shaved my head. And I walk out of my apartment right after I shaved my head, and I heard somebody behind me shout, "What up, brother? What's going on, dog?" You know, so I turned around to see what's going on, and this brother was walking up to me, and he stopped. He said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I thought you was a brother." It's like, what? What? You thought I was a brother? Just because I don't have dreadlocks as long as Kevin Hart is so short, doesn't mean I ain't a brother. See, even black people in this area here didn't consider me black. That was really weird for me. Because here I am, you know what I mean? The dreadlocks. That's an African thing. That's not a style thing like you see them fellas wandering around and trying to look all tough and raw with the dreadlocks, because that's a Rasta thing. Rasta is peace, love, and togetherness and all of that vibe. You know what I mean and thing? But there's other instances where this happened to me, you know, where people just, they would argue with me. Argue with me telling me I'm not black. You know. And I remember thinking about certain things, you know, like, well, where I'm from, we have black president, black prime minister, black teachers, black lawyers, black politicians, black priests, you know. We black. And then I come here and I'm not black because I talk differently. Because I speak differently. I'm not black. You know what I mean? And I was raised on music like Peter Tosh, you know. No matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. Reaffirming my heritage and thing, you know what I mean? That's the type of music I grew up listening to. And that's reggae, for those of you who don't know. But on the flip side, we had Calypsonians that would sing the same thing. We had a Calypsonian named the Mighty Duke. And Calypso is, well, you guys know what Calypso is. But anyway, he had a song that says, "Black is beautiful, look at the shine." You know what I mean? And it wasn't because black, we used to call ourselves black gold. And then I come here and nobody want to accept that I'm black. It's just strange, you know? And I'm sitting here wearing all my African colors and everything like that, and yet still you don't consider me black, like Africans ain't black. I come up here purple black, and they tell me I'm not black. You know, I'm not as dark as I used to be because the damn climate done suck some of the damn color out of me. So I'm gonna fix real soon. I want to see when I go back home and I get all dark and stuff, somebody come up to me and tell me I'm not black when I come back here. But you know, being black doesn't mean you have to disrespect people who are of other races. Being white, being Asian, being anything doesn't mean you have to disrespect people of other cultures. And so I guess I'm pretty respectful to everybody. That is until they disrespect me. And then we have a freaking issue right there. But I wish people would stop saying those things to me. I'm offended that you don't think I'm black. Straight up offended. And one of these days, somebody's going to say that to me. I'm going to just open up on them. Because it's ridiculous. The only black people doesn't just live in this country. There's black people all over the world. And I'm not speaking to everybody per se, because I know in bigger cities they're used to black people from other cultures and stuff. They're used to it. And slowly here it's becoming like that. But for a while there, it was one of the prevalent notions. Usually when people describe me, they would say the tall Jamaican. I'm not Jamaican. I want to let you guess where I'm from. You know what I mean? That's how they used to describe me. They never used to describe me as black. They described me as a tall Jamaican. It was pretty strange. And that kind of ticked me off tonight because this is 2014. Or is it 2015? Ooh, I'm going back. This is 2015. And people are still telling me that I'm not black because I have an accent. But I tell you what, here's how we're going to deal with this here. The next person to say that to me, I'm going to just go off. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If I wasn't black, cops wouldn't stop me like they do sometimes and tell me they're looking for a black man. Period. So yes, I'm black. Proud of that crap. Proud of my heritage, African heritage, straight out of Africa. You understand what I'm saying? The music I listen to equates back to Africa, Rasta music. Even in Calypso music, equates back to Africa. We still do drum meets and stuff back home. You know what I mean? Some of you don't like this. Voodoo and Obia is still practiced. Some people might say it's devil worshipping. But remember, whoever is in power usually dehumanizes the next man's religion to solidify their position. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. We will have some more stuff coming up here soon. Remember to subscribe to my channel. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna keep these videos coming here for you. You know, and I hope you guys have a really good evening. I hope you stay warm because I know there's a blizzard going on and thing. I know my tropical butt is staying in as much as possible. So I would say adieu for now, and remember, always walk in peace.
Brooklyn, 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 Brooklyn.